all things sports and entertainment. So I was listening to Beehive ATL. They're down here in Atlanta. Beehive's podcast. He was on there with Wicked from Ghetto Mafia and Turk, the Hot Boys. And they were talking about basically just overall our communities, right? It was a long debate, and I was able to, or should I say discussion. I took a quick couple of seconds. I'm going to play the audio for y'all, and then I'm going to come back with my thoughts about it.
That's the one thing that they don't want us to do. They want us to keep coming to them for a handout, because anytime somebody give you something, they give it to you with stipulations.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But when we built our own economy, that was the biggest threat to the government of the United States. That's why they had to come in and burn it down.
Well, those are facts. But you don't think that the people at Black Wall Street weren't educated? You think they were just some niggas that just jumped out the house and started to figure out some shit? Them niggas went to school. They went and fought in World War I and World War II. And they got the GI Bill. And what did the GI Bill do? It said, guess what? You can go to college for free now. So when they went to college for free, they went and got that education.
So that was just a little snippet of their debate or discussion. I'm going to put a link in the description to watch the whole video. Please subscribe to Beehive's platform. And they really just talked about, Beehive was more or less saying we're paying all our taxes and everything. We should demand something. Versus Wicked and Turk was saying that, you know, it's all good, but we got to build our own communities. Now, I said this before a couple of days ago, and I got a lot of heat when I said we mad at Nelly and Snoop when, how many they performers, we got bigger fish to fry, versus the people taking advantage of our neighborhoods, and people called me a buck dancer and a Trump supporter and all this, that, and the third, even though a lot of these people never even listen to none of my stuff. But I feel what Beehive is saying, right? But the thing is, when it comes to us black people, even though we're paying our taxes, we don't go back and make them do stuff. We just throw our money away, give our money to them, vote Democratic all the way across, and then nobody checks up and follows up and makes sure these politicians and these cities and governments are doing what they got to do. See, other cultures, other groups of people, they've been figured that out. You know, when the Irish came over in this country, started coming over the 1800s, the Irish, they wasn't considered Caucasian. They were considered minorities. So what they do, they stuck together. They had their own police departments, fire departments, banks, you name it. You know, same thing with the Italians. And that's why you have the Little Italys and all these other groups of people. But when it came to us, when slavery ended, it forced us to stick together, segregation and Jim Crow. But then we ended up, we begging and we want to go and sit at their table and play Major League Baseball and please accept us for who we are, please. And now look, we don't have nothing anymore. And the only way that that's going to happen again is if we start over from scratch, and we have to start building our communities. Like I said, we are too busy worried about the wrong thing. You so mad at Nelly and Snoop, but then when you go to your liquor store to buy some liquor, the people who own that, they don't spend the money in your own community. When you go to the hair store and get that $500 wig, your girl get that wig. The people who in them hair stores, they don't take that money and reinvest it in the community. When they go get their nails done, them people, they don't take that money and reinvest it in the community. The corner stores don't invest in the community. None of these people take their money and reinvest it into the community. We have to do that, and we used to do that. See, a lot of people who are so angry and you want these people who were originally our oppressors to just finally accept us. If you go back and you listen to your grandmothers and your grandfathers, and you understand that we had our own stuff. As a matter of fact, look, think about this, right? Some of y'all got uncles in y'all 70s, 60s, and 70s. What they know how to do? Some of them know how to work on cars, know how to work on houses. They know how to do a little bit of everything, and they had a 3rd grade education. Why? Because we were more skillful back then, and we have to be like that. We have to run our own communities. When you're forced to stick together, or when we choose to stick together, that's how we can rebuild our communities overnight. When we get money, the first thing we want to do is get out the neighborhood. When they get money, the first thing they want to do is reinvest in the neighborhood. And even when it comes to like our businesses, man, we got to stop doing this dope boy type of transaction where, if it's a black store, and I go in there and I buy something, the owner purchased it for $5. He trying to make 15 off me. No, he should be cool with making 75 cents, because that's how other businesses do it. Or, when we do go into some of these stores, we want to be respected. You know, if I go in a store and the owner look like me, I still want to be treated like a value customer. A lot of times you go to these places and then, you know, the service be terrible. You don't get your stuff on time. Matter of fact, I just ordered some stuff from a black company a month ago. My stuff still hasn't came yet. No follow-up from the company, nothing. I got to reach out to them about the stuff that I paid for. So we have to get out of that mentality, man. Like, but these people, man, the government, they're never going to give us what we want unless we come together with our money and our resources. And even with that, we got our own banks we can invest in. We have our own school districts we can invest in. Some of these brothers out here need to be coaches and mentors for these kids. Our education level is terrible. A lot of these people walking around can't read. If we can start fixing these type of things, the world, we will change. But until then, until we do for each other first, ain't nothing gonna change, man. And we gotta get out this begging victim mentality. You know, listen, my great aunt, I'm about to say grandmother, my great aunt, you know, rest in peace, she was born in like 1880 something, 1888. I was alive at the same time. She was alive at the same time I was alive, right? She was 100 something when she passed away, 105. Her parents were slaves. So I get it. Slavery ain't that long ago. We're just a couple of generations from that. But are we going to just sit around and beg and march and still take our money and spend our money with other places? Are we going to finally start investing into ourselves? So I just want to get my quick thoughts about it. Tell me what y'all think.